Good morning. This is going to be the twin flame reading for the week. I told the other signs that I was having trouble with my phone making videos, and I've been wanting to do this with my laptop, but I'm still kind of working through some insecurity issues, and so I didn't do it when I was guided to, and so, if you don't do something when you're guided to, the universe will step up and kind of force it to happen. I've always been kind of insecure, about going on my laptop because you can see me, one, and two, I usually pull the cards and then I just kind of meditate on them. I, maybe practice a little bit. So with that being said, it's been different, with my laptop. The only thing is the camera resolution is a little off. But I am excited to go ahead and get started on this reading for Twin Flames. I'm going to go ahead and... Yesterday I did my Virgo reading and I had left my dog outside. I put both of them out there on a chain, on a cable, and they both like being out there. And sometimes they'll be out there for a while. And yesterday it was kind of hot, or it was yesterday morning. I was making my Virgo, and I was like, oh my goodness, I heard my dog barking, so I had to go let her in. I mean, she was all right. It was only like in the 80s. I think she'd only been out there maybe 20 minutes. But I had said something, hold on, I hear my dog barking, I need to go get her. And I got like a thumbs down on my video, so my intuition let me know that was why, because I had said something about it was hot and I left my dog outside, and lately I've been doing that until they bark, and then they're ready to come in. I never leave them out there all day, like 20 minutes tops, even when it's like in the 70s like today. But I guess somebody judged me on that, so I'm a responsible pet owner. My dogs live inside with me. They're not housed outdoors, which is a lot more than some people can say. No judgment. I don't want to judge, so I don't judge others. Okay. What cards do I want to use today? I believe I'm going to use, I'm being guided to use these. And I always petition a different spirit guide, or I petition my saint prior to doing my reading. So I am being guided to use my spirit guide, Miss Janet. So Miss Janet, I would ask that you would give me clarity on this twin flame reading today. You know that you've helped me through a lot of the cycles that I have gone through on my twin flame journey. So I would ask that you would help my friends on YouTube and help me to channel the messages. Thank you, thank you, thank you, for I know it is done. That one was really trying to come out. In fact, I couldn't even hold on to it. And I'll do the clarifiers as I go. So we have got the Queen of Swords. And once again, I apologize for the camera resolution. This is just being in your head too much. This is worrying too much about this journey. You have to get to the point where, and understand this is a cyclic journey. Imagine, instead of you walking down a path, you're on this journey, this physical path, and you're walking. Imagine you're doing cartwheels, and each cartwheel is a cycle. So this is cycles that you are going through. It's a cyclic journey. And you have to be able to work with those energies when they come up. So basically, if something's coming up, you need to look at it. Have a look at it. Be like, okay, my twin flame, the physical form of my twin flame is ghosting me. How does this make you feel? What is this triggering in you? Because your triggers are are like street signs. They're like highway signs. They're leading you and guiding you. So what has this triggered in me? And where has it came from? And then look at it. And then once you look at it, clear it. And after you clear it, take a salt bath and take some sage and go around your home to clear out that energy, because you know what? You are ready for a new timeline. You're ready for a brand new cycle to start. And so look at these cycles as opportunities for soul growth. Welcome them, look forward to them. And so, let's say, for example, like your physical form of your twin flame is ghosting you. So maybe, this is triggering your fear of loss. You're scared that you're going to lose them, him or her. And think about other times you had this lesson. And it possibly started in your childhood. It could be your core wound that's been activated. And then once you clear it, what I want you to do is look at your thoughts. Have you been feeling like your twin flame would ghost you? Were you scared it was going to happen? Well, if that's the case, clear that out and tell yourself, you know what? I know my twin flame wants to be with me as much as I want to be with them. And you know what? Right now, we're both where we need to be at. We're both working on things, because you know what? We are the same soul. We're the same shared energy. And so I know I'm working, because you're watching this video, you're working on things for both. But whatever work you are doing is helping them also, because we're the ones that do the work, the ones that are watching the videos, the ones that are looking for answers. You are doing the work. And so understand that all this work that you're doing is for them also, but don't do it for them. Just be like, I don't care what he or she is doing. This is about me. Set your intention to feel good, to feel amazing, to not even need physical union anymore. And you cannot fake this. Let me get one of my energy oracle cards. We have the deceit card. And basically the energy that I'm getting with this is that you are not being honest with yourself. You still are, the energy that I'm getting, the message that's coming through from my spirit guide, is that you are telling yourself that you've done all your work and now you're just ready. That it's them that's not ready. You are ready, and where are they at? And so you're not being honest with yourself, because basically if you still are pushing for and desiring and longing for the physical form of your twin flame, your work is not done. And you know what? Your work is never going to be done. How boring would that be? How boring would that be for your work to be all done and for you to magnetize your twin flame into your physical world, ground it into your physical reality, and there you are. I'm done. We're going to live now. No more growth? How boring would that be? You know how bored you would get? It would be that whole energy of you wanted something, you finally got it. Then it became like, this shiny toy that you got sick of and you just tossed it aside. So you want to constantly have growth. And so you're never going to be completely done. But this deceit also is, you might even be telling yourself you've surrendered, you've detached. And once again, this never ends. There is no finish line. So stop being dishonest with yourself and telling yourself that you are ready, you're whole, you're complete. Because you know what? You're never going to be there. So enjoy the ride. I mean, feel pretty whole and complete and pretty happy and grounded and stable right now. But even then, I'm not getting triggered as much, but there's still triggers. And you know what? I welcome those, because it's not boring. It's not. And I want to grow. And you have to get to the point where you are happy and whole and complete on your own. I'm telling you, this feeling is so much more amazing than any relationship, when you have that relationship with self. And that is what this is all about. This whole journey is about you having a relationship with yourself. It has nothing to do with romance. Nothing. So release the fairy tale you've been telling yourself. It's almost like a delusional energy, like like waiting for your prince or your fairy tale or your princess, if you're a male watching this, to come in and save you. And, you know, it's like this waiting energy of, right now you're just muddling through it. I'm just muddling through. I'm getting by the best I can. But I know once he or she comes in, then I can be happy. So you're not being honest with yourself. And this is a block right now for you. We have the Hermit card. And basically what I'm getting with this Hermit card is that you're spending a lot of time isolated. And I have said this before, the soul wants growth. And you in the physical form of your twin flame, okay? Whatever's happening in your physical world are the illusions. These are the demos. These are the simulations that you're creating in your mind by what you believe to be true. But in the fifth dimension, you are together. You are one soul. So, stop even looking at two bodies. Focus on you. The key to this journey is focusing on you. But what I'm getting is it's almost like wasted opportunities because maybe, you have passed up on opportunities to learn from soulmates who have came through into your world, and maybe you rejected them because you had such tunnel vision, like the only person in the world that could, make you happy is the physical form of your twin flame. So, you're longing and pining for him and being faithful and loyal and all these things. And do you realize that you are one soul, and that one shared soul wants the other one on a soul level in the 5D, want the other one to have experiences and to learn and grow and spend time with others. And because we can't teach each other everything, because our shared soul knowledge, it's it's a lot, it's expansive, but sometimes we have to learn something from someone else, and the soul family comes in to help us with these things. And we signed up for this, and we planned this together. And I feel like the message that's coming through is that for some of you, the reason why you've been stuck for years and years and years is because you're not learning, you're not growing, and you're not taking taking advantage of the opportunities soulmates allow you to have. Put yourself first. Who cares what the physical form of your twin flame is or is not doing? Believe it or not, the magical energy is to get out there and live. I'm not saying go out there and just sleep with everybody. I'm not saying that, But if someone comes into your life and they're here to show you something, that will take you one step closer to where you need to be at with the physical form of your twin flame, because the physical always comes last. Because you have this 5D union where you're always together, you're always supporting and always encouraging each other to have new experiences. And then you have in the 3D, you have that fear-based energy, that fear of loss and fear, where you just have that controlling obsessiveness and longing because you find yourself, you feel like you're separate. It's that illusion of separation that doesn't exist that makes you so fearful. So that is what I'm getting with that card, with that Hermit. Stop isolating yourself and stop sitting around and waiting for this person to come into your world to complete you and make you happy. Well, we got two, and I'm going to take them. Okay, we have celebration. And so start celebrating life. Start celebrating now. Don't wait. I know I say all the time is an illusion, and it is. But in this physical realm that we live in, this physical world, we do have minutes, we have, hours, we have days. So, think about all of those that you have wasted sitting around waiting. So this is about celebrating you. Celebrating how amazing you are. Start telling yourself better stories, because we teach the physical form of our twin flame how to treat us by how we treat ourselves. So I was thinking back to a time, because yesterday it was really weird, because and I was exhausted. Like, I literally passed out afterwards. But I went through like this session with my soul yesterday, the soul session that I have. And I understand my soul is him too, so, we're communing. And I was able to go back through every last time that he and I had, not just the little triggers, because there have been a ton of little triggers, but like the big things that happen, and look at them and really see how my fears attracted that, because they are our reflection. Whatever our energy is, they reflect it back to us. So I was able to really go back through every single time and look at how my fear attracted it, to why that fear was there, where that fear came from, and clear it. I mean, I had to do a major clearing of my house, and, I took a major salt bath last night and this morning because I cleared so much doing that. So that's kind of the energy that I'm getting. Go back and kind of look at things and do work with your soul. Until you're able to align to your soul, I would suggest connecting to your spirit guides. Whoever they may be, ask for them to reveal themselves to you, because this is an inward journey, and until you're able to do that, you're not going to make any progress, because this is not a physical journey. This has nothing to do whatsoever with the physical realm. Nothing. And so if you're focused on physical things like ghosting, or, the physical form of your twin flame is with, what they're doing, not doing, thinking, feeling, whenever you're focused on them, period, you're missing the mark. That's missing the mark. And those are the illusions anyway. If you do focus on them, turn it back inwards, like, your own energy. What lesson is this showing me? So always pull it back to yourself. That's going to be very important. And this card I'm going to do here in just a second with this card. We have the Nine of Staffs. And so this is a very defensive pose here. So basically, and the staffs have to do with the physical, with the spiritual realm. But basically what I'm getting here is one of your blocks from connecting to your spirit, the spiritual realm, for one thing, is focusing too much on the physical, and focusing too much on the physical form of your twin flame. But also being very defensive, and possibly even, I know a big one on this journey is avoiding triggers. I know I went through a period of time where I was just exhausted. I had blocked him out of every area of my life because I thought, I just do not want to get triggered. I'm tired. I'm tired of the triggers. Which you can do that. I mean, you can take time off. You can go into this hermit mode here and take time off. I mean, that's perfect too. But if you do take time off, like if you do have to do a blocking, which, I've had to do several, set the intention that it be for you. Set the intention and send the signal out into the universe that, no, you're not doing this to punish him or her. You're not doing this to get back at him. Not a vindictive energy at all. Make it about you. You know what? I need this time. I need this time to do my work. And I'm tired and I need to rest and rejuvenate right now. And you do that, that's perfect. I mean, any intention you set is perfect. But, if you want the outcome that you're really trying to achieve with the blocking, make it about you. Because it almost always backfires. Because think about it, you like your freedom. You like your space. And you don't want the physical form of your twin flame, you don't want them triggering you to feel jealous or obsessive or to long for them. You don't like that energy either. So the fact that you're trying to trigger them for a response, to make them feel like they have to be with you or they're going to lose you, that's all wrong. That's not love. So once you can see that anything that's fear-based is not love whatsoever, you'll start sending out better signals. And even if you're not in 3D communication right now, this is very important to check your energy daily and whatever kind of signal that you are sending out towards the other part of your soul, the other polarity, which is what they are. We have love and compassion. And this is what I was saying about really learning what love is and having compassion. Once, and even as I went through all of those situations, and some of them were very, very painful that I have been through on this twin flame journey. I mean, very painful. Like some I didn't even want to face. And I asked before I did that to be able to feel them too, because I'm developing new gifts. Not only am I channeling, and I do read energy, but my ability to read energy, sorry, this table. My ability to read energy is improving. It really is. And I can read like the energy of situations and circumstances too. So I asked to not only go back down this memory road, which was painful, but be able to feel all the feelings that came up with every one of them. Yeah, I collapsed last night. I was exhausted. And so I was able to see all of the fears. We started off in this real loving place where we met and we were just like, oh man, where have you been my whole life? My whole life, where have you been? This is the most amazing feeling, to when those triggers started. It's because that energy got activated. That shared energy got activated between the two of you. And that's when the triggering started. And that's when you got away from love. Started off, but it still was so intense though, and there's so much longing that it still was fear-based. But then you got to facing fears. And so if you can learn to have compassion for you and your twin flame, because you guys are in this together, and they signed up to basically show you, and that's not easy for them either. I know we feel like we're doing, because we're doing all the work, it's, unfair, which, you really need to get away from that, because that's victim mentality. But they have had to show us things that have hurt us. So have some compassion for the physical form of your twin flame, and understand they are very aware of this journey. They're very consciously aware of it. They have known before we have. And I have said this before in some of the channeled information that I got, is that we don't talk about it when we do get into physical union, because we have that 5D union where we have that perfect communication. So this video is going to be a little longer than usual because I had a lot of messages come through, and I still have quite a few cards. We have the 6 of Swords. And basically, like I said, the energy that I'm getting with this, and the message that I'm getting with this, is to really be honest with yourself. Because that fear-based energy is very, very sneaky. That ego energy, that energy of wanting them to, sometimes we want them to feel what we feel. And so I know there have been times when I've like deliberately hurt my twin flame, deliberately, just because I had that animosity, and it's buried. But every now and then I just look at him and I just be like, ugh. Like all the shit he's put me through. Not really, because those are illusions. Like I said, you have to remember that they're illusions, no matter what. No matter when you do this clearing or not, you have to remember that they're illusions. But really be honest with yourself. Are you in the place of feeling like the physical form of your twin flame is going to come in and save you? I used to be like this, man, I'm just ready for, him to come here and help me out financially, and I can show him off and the whole world will know I wasn't crazy. I really do have a physical person that's my twin flame. That type of energy. And then sometimes we do things like, too, the other message that I'm getting is maybe you're kind of showing out a little bit on social media. It's easy to do, because we kind of feel like they're watching us. We want them to anyway. We want them to watch us. I have a blog I wrote in. I was like, I just know he's reading it. And so I would show off, and I kept getting this message in my head over and over again. I don't need to read your blog. I don't need to look at your Facebook. And I'm like, what does this mean? Like, I literally kept hearing that in my head. And then when I realized we were in 5D union the whole time, Like, this is not something that just happened. It's not like we just miraculously merged together or whatever, merged energies. We were always together. I just had to remember it. I had to wake up from my sleep. But he really didn't have to look. He already knows. He saw it before anybody else did because it was right here as I was writing it. So that is something to think about. So, if you've kind of been in that energy of, kind of showing out a little bit, check yourself. Check yourself. Check your intention. The best way to do this is to check your intention before you do anything. Why am I doing this? And we have the sun. And so basically what I'm getting with this sun card is this is about healing the masculine energy. Because each one of us we're yin and yang, okay? So imagine the moon and the sun as being yin and yang. And so each one of us have that. So we have to work on balancing our own energy and becoming complete and whole within ourselves. And so this is all about working on masculine energy. And the masculine energy lately has needed tended to. And it's all about getting in touch with feelings, because feelings are very, very hard sometimes to navigate. Do honor your feelings, but do not blame others for how you feel. Don't blame others for how you feel. Don't blame places, situations, circumstances, anything for how you feel. So feel, but don't blame for feeling. This is really about being vulnerable and not being scared to be your authentic self, because a lot of times we feel like if we're our authentic self, our true selves, and if we are rejected, then that would be so much more painful than if we had on a mask. Oh, well, they didn't know the real me anyway, so it's not that bad. So this is all about just going all in. Am I saying go chasing after your twin flame? No. What I'm saying is really go within and really work on feelings. Like I said, like I did last night, like feeling things. This is a feeling journey. You cannot think your way through it. So really stop thinking for right now and start feeling. And we're doing this on the masculine end because the masculine has issues with this, because masculine energy is taught at an early age to not feel, not cry. Boys don't cry. And so this gender role has really been conditioned. Both gender roles have really been conditioned in the human minds, which is the ego, which is the body, which none of us are. We all are our souls. So as these souls that we're on this twin flame journey and we're learning to transmute lower energies, removing this conditioning of these limiting beliefs and views that we took on, we are clearing these. We are clearing these. So this is what is being worked on right now. We have the Queen of Coins. And so as you start aligning more and more to your soul by stripping off whatever is not you and transmuting these lower energies and clearing any type of self-limiting beliefs, you will notice that you will start manifesting more money. You'll start manifesting better situations, because the key is to realize that whatever it is you believe to be true is true. If you believe it, you can create it. So be very, very mindful of what stories you're telling yourself. I mean, I say this over and over again, but you know what? I learn by doing. So I know these concepts too, but I tell you what, I get triggered by something or something comes up, all my information, spiritual information, goes right out the window. A lot of times, I'm more grounded now though, because now, I might be off in my head for about an hour and I'll be like, whoa, how long was I gone for? Because I'm all obsessing now. But I have to see it. And so once you can actually see that, what you believe to be true, you can create. You can start creating more money, more opportunities. It's amazing. Just play with it. Do clear any of your doubts or insecurities right now. That message is coming up too. This video is going to be a little lengthy. I'm sorry. I had a lot of messages come through. It's too many. I had a lot of messages come through. That one wanted to be seen, didn't it? Children. Your connection with children is part of your life's purpose. But what I'm feeling like more than anything is that inner child. You know, the reason why, you know, and you hear all the time, I had to clear a lot of the bullshit that I had learned on this journey. Because I had learned so much bullshit. I mean, it's just so much. And I have said before that there's usually like a little thread of truth in everything that I've learned. But I had heard over and over again that as you start, you know, you get into this, you know, inner union with yourself, you become childlike. And that is true. And the reason why you become childlike is because you've stripped off everything that you took on. You know, we start off this, you know, this very positive child, you know, believing in magic and that adults are here to protect us and life is good and, you know, just really trusting and believing. And then as life goes on and we get knocked down and shit happens and we stop believing that. We start putting up walls and we start wearing masks and we take on these beliefs and, you know, one person from like a group or sector division of humanity hurts us and we blame the whole group and, you know, we hate people and we're scared of people and all these things. And on this journey, and that's what this journey is for. This journey is not about romance. It's about you becoming whole and complete and becoming the real you. And you do this by returning to the state as you start clearing all that baggage. You know, and I've said all the time, you're whole and complete and you're well. You don't need anything healed on you. Don't let people, there's a lot of people on this journey who are not on this journey, but a lot of people who will take advantage of you. I mean, I've lost so much money on this journey, so much money. So be very, you know, weary, you know, do your own work. And clear stuff. You don't need any fancy healing. All you have to do is look at it. And like I said, figure out where it came from and why. And clear it. And cry it out if you have to. But return to this state. We have the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is almost always about a third-party energy. But basically what I'm getting with this card is that it's your own ego that's in the way. Your own ego. The ego does not want you to be happy. The ego itself is the devil. There is no devil but your own ego. Because your ego does not want you to be happy. You know, and a message that I channeled last night was, you know, lately I've been feeling so good about myself, my self-esteem. I know I'm working on the camera thing because I'm still a little insecure, so I'm still working on that, but I've come a long way. But yesterday I was talking to myself about how I almost seem cocky sometimes now because I just feel so good. I'm just, you know, amazing, got the sauce, whatever. And I'm like, that's my ego. That is not your ego. A lot of times people say that you're egotistical if you feel really good about yourself. That's actually from the soul. Because the ego wants you to be unhappy. It's the ego that tells you you are not worthy, you know, you're not shit, whatever else. That's your ego. So for someone to say that you're egotistical because you feel good about yourself, that is not true at all. That is not true. And so I had always thought that was from the ego too, feeling good about yourself and, you know, even being a little arrogant or whatever. No. That is from the soul. That is who you are. And so be comfortable with that and put yourself first. You know, we're also taught not to put ourselves first. And you know what? You have to get to the point that you do. I think about myself first all the time now. Like, constantly. And if I do find myself thinking about him, which I don't do as much as I used to, I used to think about him all day, and maybe I think about him now maybe 3 times a day, 4, I direct it back to me. Okay, you know, this came up, I thought about this, so what is this telling me? What is in this for me? So definitely do that, because that is the key to this journey, is self-focus. And so with this 3 of Cups, you are the one creating this here. You're the one creating blocks, because remember, whatever you believe to be true is true. and especially with the twin flame. Imagine them being the puppet and you being the puppeteer. So if you feel like there's someone else, and you can even see it with your physical, but understand the physical are the illusions. And understand, imagine each one of these situations is happening inside your mind as you simulate it there, because you're really these fifth dimensional beings who are already together. I'm to the point now where I really don't even need physical union. For what? For what? And, once you get into the 5D, you have this amazing sexual energy between the two of you anyway that just feels good all the time, and you just feel satisfied. It's amazing. Imagine having a pill that you could take that you just feel like you've already had, a wonderful meal and sex and, whatever pleasures you want. Imagine you just already feel fulfilled and satisfied. That's what the 5D feels like. So you don't even need sex. We use sex in the 3D to connect to one another. In the 5D, you don't need that. So that's why I was saying with like 5D union, I really don't even feel like I even need 3D anymore. And that is the magical energy. And you know what? I'm not faking it. But I have done a lot of work, though. I'm telling you, a lot of work. Sorry, I thought I had the wrong end. I thought I had it upside down. 2 more cards. You got to get to that point, though, and you can't fake it. I still have fears that come up, but they're nothing like that, what they were. Unseelie Queen, glamour, opulence, and hubris. So basically what I'm getting with this is that energy that I was saying before about it is not egotistical to see yourself in this way. As this queen, as this glamorous queen or king, masculine too. It's all about how you see yourself. So if you see yourself as this amazing, sexy creature that nobody can resist, especially not the physical form of your twin flame, guess what? That's how they feel. But you have to really believe this. You can't fake this, You have to really, you got to do that work. This is an inner journey. So, if you're taking all this time spending worrying about what they're doing, watching them on social media, talking about them, longing for them, you're missing the whole point of the journey. You're missing it. And believe me, it's so much more magical to be in. I know it doesn't sound romantic because we're all, when we first found out that we were on a twin flame journey, we were like, fairy tale. I've always believed in a fairy tale, and oh my God, it's here. I'm Cinderella or I'm Prince Charming or whatever, and it's just amazing. This is not that. It's been romanticized. I know it's not very romantic to think about having this amazing relationship with yourself, but trust me when I say it feels so much better than any other relationship you can ever have, ever. Set this as your intention. Let your intention be inner union with yourself and watch everything in your outer world reflect back to you, including your twin flame. Pull up Postcard Oracle. The thing I love about doing the videos on my laptop is that I can upload it and not even be here. It's amazing. I can just go and just upload it while I'm gone. Dearest you, a rigid tree branch breaks under strong winds, yet flexible seaweed survives powerful ocean swells. Right now, we gently remind you that being flexible is a good choice when faced with life's challenges. Surrender your fixed ideas to Spirit, who knows what is your highest good, and deliver to you what you need in the appropriate form. In this moment, rather than fighting or being too sure of your way, working out, be a little looser and allow for another outcome. Compromise can be the best way forward. If you are to learn new ways of doing and seeing, stay aware, curious, and teachable. Take life on life's terms. Your purpose may push you in a direction not on your map. Let it be. Be so flexible that no storm can uproot you. In the end, you will still be rooted in the world in abundance, and you will indeed experience the beauty that is yours. We love you so much. Basically, what I was getting, remember when I said that That kind of that waiting energy, and maybe even missed opportunities with soulmates, more opportunities to learn. So definitely stop being so rigid in your thinking. This could be also having, maybe you learned something about twin flames and now you're trying to fit your situation into that box and it's not fitting and you're kind of stuck. That's why you need to release those ideas. And then the other thing, like I said, once again, is returning to that childhood state of wonder and awe and really being open and letting the universe come in and work miracles in your life and believing and having faith. If you would like to have a personal reading so that you can know what is blocking you on your journey, I can do that. Also, if you'd like to make an energy donation, I'll include my PayPal link and my Cash App link for that. Thank you for watching my Twin Flame reading.